Pwah, the conditions are a little bit mental out there, mate. It's absolutely storming a gale out there. Dwight, he's knocking my wheelie bins up and down the street. That's why we're keeping the hat and scarf on before the heating warms up. So let's get into today's video. Happy New Year, everyone! Welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. Don't know why I'm jazzing with water like, but that will be replaced with a fine beer very soon. But before we do that, let's talk transfer news even before the 1st of January is hit, even before the transfer window officially opens in the UK. We're seeing news stories come out now. Literally, Trent to Real Madrid is just breaking. Apparently, Liverpool are turning down proposals from them. And more importantly, let's talk Newcastle United, because according to the Daily Mail, Newcastle have received a bid for Miguel Almiron, the in-demand Miguel Almiron, the Paraguayan winger who has barely featured for the Toon this season. If we look at his appearances here on your screen there now, 10 appearances and most of them off the bench. So 7 in the league, 3 in the Carabao Cup, and like I said, not many of them from the starting position. So you know his time's up at Newcastle. The bloke did sign a 3.5-year deal back in February 2023 when he was on fire, when he was having that unbelievable spell like Halloween time. Now Migy loves pumpkins, loves trick-or-treating, and even though he does look like he could go trick-or-treating, he looks about 8 years old. He is actually 31 in February next year, just about to say next year. So February is his birthday. By the time you watch this video, it'll be 2025 for a lot of years. Madness. Madness that we still do have Migy at the club though for me. I mean, giving him that contract just because he had a great spell, I mean, a lot of players do it. You could say it was kind of deserved. You know, the patch he went through was amazing, scoring volleys, scoring great goals, big important goals, and fair play to the bloke. He was very important to our Champions League qualifying campaign, but we haven't upgraded on him. We haven't upgraded on the right winger for a very long time. The Saudis haven't, the takeover hasn't. You know, we're still using the same ones that Rafa and Brucey and that we're using, and they couldn't even get a Toon out of. That really does speak volumes of Eddie Howe and his coaching ability. Now, getting the best out of Jacob Murphy, the assists, the goals that he's on at the minute, he probably deserves a Migy contract special, you know what I mean, a cheeky extension. But with that in mind, you know, the job that Howe's done with certain players like that, he still needs reinforcements. We still need to upgrade on that right wing. We've been crying out for it for so long. So for me, that is a must this window, even with Murphy's fine form. If we can get rid of Miguel Almiron, and that opens the door for somebody else to come in. My pal Brian Mbumo, you know he's coming. Let's hope so. But on the news story at hand from this afternoon is that Newcastle United have received a bid from a top-flight Brazilian club for the fellow South American Miguel Almiron. So that's on the table now, and others are expected to join in the bid and more for Miguel Almiron. So it's not just Brazilian clubs that are interested in him. You've got clubs across Europe now with apparent interest from Olympiacos heating up there over in Greece. So keep an eye on that one, according to Craig Cope and the Daily Mail, saying that they are very much interested after Willian has left the club and his deal was terminated. They need a right winger to step right up. So who else but Almiron, another right winger from the league, another winger past his best to join the Greek league and have a few gyros? Well, we'll wait and see. Listen, I don't care where he goes. Do you know what I mean? And like I say, well done to Migy for playing his part, especially, you know, his work rate. We know he always gives his all in black and white. He's never going to shy away from that. It's just technical ability at times, and his finishing and decision making can be very frustrating. And that moment against AC Milan in the Champions League, when he missed a sitter on the line, it's been hard for me to forgive him ever since. But you can't just blame him for that in the Champions League campaign. Like I said, he was very important in getting us there, but I think the time has come to move on. Listen, even Murphy is doing a better job now, and I've always liked Jacob Murphy, always stuck up for him, but there's still an area where we need to improve there if you want to be serious and compete with the top four. The right wing situation has to get better. So with those clubs interested, Olympiacos in Greece, Botafogo, another Brazilian top flight club, an MLS outfit, Charlotte, who did have a bid rejected for Almiron last summer, are back in for him this January. And interestingly, their owner had this to say just today on Miguel Almiron. So he's talking about Migy there. He's kind of in that phrase there, saying, you know, we're signing him. He says, I can't say anything yet, but it's going to be great to have him. You know, he's really putting it out there that he strongly believes that he will be joining Charlotte. So I think that's to be the best case scenario for Migy. I think he wants to go back to America. That seems to have been clear from turning down other options in the past year or two at the Newcastle, where he's rejected Saudi Arabia and money. He's rejected other teams in Europe, and he wants to go back to the MLS where he was so loved and did very well. So now he's looking for a new challenge. Obviously Charlotte, they've got a couple of ex-Premier League players there, ex-Premier League manager, Villa and Dean Smith. So it's an interesting one for him, that. It's something he wants to do. I guess over there in Charlotte, they're very confident of getting the deal done. So it looks very, very likely that Miguel Almiron will leave the Magpies this January, whether it's Greece, America, Brazil. He's going to go. So it looks like his time is up on Tyneside. So, I thank Migy for his efforts, and I look forward to getting a better right winger through the door to take us up the league. But Migy does go with my best wishes, and let's be real, you cannot be too sorry for the bloke. He's on £60,000 a week, 60 grand a week. And I see he's barely playing at the minute, barely featuring. So it's only right that we replace him. So we'll see how that one develops throughout this busy January transfer window. I'm hoping it's a busy one. Apparently the club are focusing on outgoings first of all. So they are wanting to get rid of players before we even think about signing any players. There's quite a few players that could leave the Toon this January. Obviously Almiron being one. Sean Longstaff's taking heavily linked at the minute. Trippier still, even though he's came at the side and did well the last couple of matches. That may change people's minds. Martin Dubravka, he was meant to be on the verge of a move to Saudi. The blokes came in, done better than Pope. 4 clean sheets in 4 Premier League games. Mental. And I said last night in the live reaction, it's not like he's been tested loads, because he hasn't had loads of shots to save, but he does just look comfortable, composed, confident, and you can see his experience shining through. And fair play to him, he's doing a lot better than he did when he stepped up to replace Pope's injury last season, where he looked horrendous. So well done to him for getting some form back there as well. But amongst them and many others, the door was open for moves this January as Newcastle do have to sell to buy. So before we get, will it be a Marquis, a Kusanov, whoever centre-back target is, will it be a right winger, an Mbumo, a Semenyo, a Bakayoko? We're going to have to get some money from sales first of all, or at least players off the books. Because you're not going to get much from Migy. What's he got left? A year and a half? And he's in his 30s? You're not going to get much, but what you're going to do is then save 60 grand a week. And you could say the same for Trippier, and you could have said the same for Callum Wilson and that, but we all know he's injured. Of course he is. When isn't he? So he's going to run his contract down. But aye, that's the news today on transfers before we get into the transfer window officially starting tomorrow, New Year's Day. What a month it's going to be. What a big month for the Toon in terms of Carabao Cup. The Premier League keeping up this great run of form we're on. 5 wins, 5th in the league now. Need to keep that up, keep hot on the tails of Champions League qualification. And hopefully we can bring some European football back, which is going to be so important to keep your star players like Isak and bring in some more star players to join him. But just on this one, I want to finish off with the 2024 table there on your screen. That is how Newcastle United have fared throughout the calendar year. And what a year it looks on paper there, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? 5th overall in the Premier League table for 2024. So well done to the lads on that one. And let's hope we finish at least 5th this season. I mean, I'd still take 6th, 7th. I'd still take, honestly, Conference League, I wouldn't even be that fussed. But the position we're in now, and how bad your Man U's, your Spurs not doing, we have to get 5th. Now the expectations changed. Halfway through the season, on this run of form, how teams have dropped off. You got Forest there this year, Villa are dropping off a bit, Chelsea are even in the last couple of weeks now, so it's on us. Man City, major drop off, so we need to make sure we capitalise on this, get Champions League football while we can, and do better with it this time round than we did a couple of seasons ago. And finally, I hope you all enjoy your New Year's Eve, no matter what you're up to, if you're staying indoors like me because it's freezing and it's windy and it's stormy, hence why I've still got the scarf and hat on. Hat's available, by the way. Lovely weather to get yourselves the Magpie Channel hat in it. You need it. Horrendous wheelie bins flying down the street and everything. But yeah, hat and scarves, weather, fireworks might not be getting cancelled, different events and stuff tonight, so it's a quiet, chilled one for me. See you in the new year. It's been a great year. Thank you all for your support on the channel. It means the world to me, and I hope you have had a good year. If not, then the next one's just around the corner, and you can start all over again. So all the best to everyone. See you in 2025, and enjoy yourself.